Hello, my dear friends. Ernesto here with another talk. And as you um, probably know from my previous talks, I am now in Cuba, and more specifically in the city of Santiago de Cuba. Santiago de Cuba is the second city in size in the island of Cuba, and the city where I was born. So I am very happy. Anyways, Santiago de Cuba was founded in 1515 in the 16th century. The oldest house in the country is here in this same city, and is the house where the governor Diego Velázquez used to live. Diego Velázquez, as we know, was one of the conquistadores. Okay, now I am in the beautiful Hotel Casagranda. Hotel Casagranda is an iconic building, an iconic place in the city of Santiago de Cuba. Hotel Casagranda was built in 1914, and from what I know, it was only the residency of one person. I don't know much about history, but I believe this used to be just the residency of one person, which later became Hotel Casagranda. And anytime I come to Santiago de Cuba, this is where I stay, because it's right in the center of Santiago. It brings me beautiful memories of my youth, walking through the streets, drinking rum in the parks. So as you can see in my face, I'm bursting with joy. Okay, now Santiago de Cuba has beautiful streets. It is a colonial city. In the historic part, very beautiful, quaint streets, very colorful. I was born here, as I mentioned. If you probably follow my Facebook and Instagram, I posted recently the picture of the hospital, the maternity hospital where I was born. We call it just like that, maternity hospital. So the streets are very quaint, beautiful. The buildings are beautifully painted. To my surprise, Santiago de Cuba is looking now better than ever before. Many things to do here. One of the best things to do is to come here and learn to dance salsa. Yes, so if you are fan of the traditional salsa dancing, if you're fan of the traditional Latin music, this is the city where to come. I visited last night La Claqueta, and La Claqueta is next to the Cinema Rialto. I think it's the Corona Street. I'm not very sure, but I think it is on Corona Street. Well, if you don't know how to dance, you will learn there. Just turn up. I think there is a 200 Cuban pesos cover to get in, which is less than $1, and you will have the most amazing time. You can have a mojito. There are many foreigners there. There were people last night, they were from France and from Germany, dancing non-stop. Very nice. And of course, me being Cuban, I also danced. I came home at 3 a.m. So, as I say, I'm bursting with joy. As you can see, the weather is amazing. Very sunny all the time. And This is a beautiful hotel where you can stay. Unfortunately, the lift is not working, but remember that this is Cuba, and unfortunately many things don't work here. The economy is basically in a crisis, and you have to expect things like that. If you don't mind a little bit of exercise, the building only has 5 floors. I'm in the 4th level, and believe me, coming up through the stairs is not that big of a problem. Unless you have some issues, health issues, then be careful. Perhaps ask to be sent to a lower levels room. So Hotel Casagranda is my favorite. It's in the heart of the city of Santiago de Cuba, in the historic part. We have behind me, we have the Césped Square, the House of Government, and the old house of Governor Diego Velázquez. So, if you visit Santiago, you have to be aware that in the streets it may not be safe, particularly because of pickpocketing, but just be careful, look after your belongings, do not engage with strangers. That's the cathedral bells sounding. It is now 2:30 in the afternoon. Look how beautiful this is. The cathedral you can see from the window as well. This is a perfect room, very big, and yes, we have behind me Césped Square, the House of Government, the oldest house in Cuba, the house of Diego Velázquez. There is an old bank which used to be a historic building as well, but it got burned. So there is a bank there which replaced that particular building. And of course, the best part of Cuba is the weather, as I mentioned. Here in Cuba, Cubans take it for granted. You can just go wearing a singlet, and you take it for granted that you're never gonna be freezing in the street. Okay guys, anyways, that was my little greetings from the city of Santiago de Cuba. Santiago de Cuba is also known to be a rebel city. By the way, this is where the Cuban Revolution basically started. So the city of Santiago, Hotel Casagranda, in the heart of Santiago de Cuba, beautiful buildings, beautiful weather, very colorful. I hope that one day you actually come here and enjoy this city, which is just the best city for dancing, the best city to try a good Cuban rum, and yes, why not? You can mingle with the Cubans, but please keep your distance. Do not engage too much, and you'll be fine. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for following me, and I'll see you in my next greeting, in my next talk. Bye. Ernesto in Santiago de Cuba. I love you. Bye.